everybody, and welcome to Spintires with RadWill73. Uh, Part of this uh, recording didn't work out too well for us. We had some technical difficulties um, with the uh, with the audio lining up with the video, which we fixed for the second video. So I'm removing a lot of the audio from the game and going to record some commentary on top of the video. So sorry for this first video being a little messed up. Here we're talking about the different maps that's available in the Spintires, and I've chosen to play the Plains map. It looks to be about one of the easier ones. I did play a little bit early on to learn the controls on the coastal map and really struggle with some of the water crossings. So this Plains map is what I'm going to go for. And then the two different modes, casual and hardcore. The casual mode is allows you to rescue the vehicles back to the garage when you get in trouble. Hardcore mode doesn't allow you to do that. You have to actually go retrieve them with other vehicles. But let's get started. Wow, that's loud. Okay, so these are the different trucks. To move the camera around, here we go. Use the mouse. One thing that I have learned here that it's it gives you some really neat camera angles and you have full control of the camera, but it's really difficult to try and get it exactly where you want it. You can always hit the one key and it'll bounce you back to these standard two views here. These are the trucks that we're going to be playing with. To learn how to play Spintires, press Help in Game, menu escape. Okay. So there's some help things available to you um, by pressing the escape button. These different trucks, once you have them in the garage area, there are some add-ons that you can add to these trucks. Pressing F1 will pull the map up for you. You can also, on the left side of the screen there, you can kind of see what trucks you have available. There's two at the bottom that are locked there. The map is all controlled with the mouse keys. To zoom it in, you use the roller and then move it around. Like I was saying, the trucks there on the left, the two at the bottom are still locked. You have to get close to them to unlock them. There's big black areas that cloak the map, and to uncloak them, you have to drive up into that area and get to the center of it with one of your trucks. That'll uncloak the area and reveal a part of the map to you. So that's what we're kind of looking at right now. There's a few different trucks available to us. A few of them are locked here. And we're going to try and explore the map to get up there to those points. So whenever we get done with the map here, we'll get back to the game. You can double click on those right there and it'll take you into that truck. It'll allow you to drive that truck when you double click on them. So here we've switched to the other truck. It has a repair body on it right now, I think is what that's called. Utility attachment is installed. By double clicking those features, you can remove them or add them, or install them or uninstall them. The tractor is like a semi-trailer hitch. The garage carriage will actually allow you to carry garage points to different parts of the map. The carriage is just kind of like a small log hauler. The log cart will allow you to carry medium logs. The fuel cistern is a fuel tank. And I kind of already explained the garage carriage. You can move two garage points to the other garage. The tractor does allow you to carry the trailers. The utility attachment has repair points in it, so if you get a truck out in the field that is needing repair, you can drive this up there and repair it. The medium log trailer is kind of like a little wagon in the back. Then you've got the cistern trailer, which carries more fuel than just the cistern, and then also the garage trailer carries more garage points than the garage carriage. So I've added on the tractor attachment, which is the trailer hitch, and kind of looking at the different trailers now. The garage trailer allows you to carry 4 garage points to the other garage on the map to open it up. The garage cart I think carries 2. And you got to have your truck positioned straight, kind of with the area, and then also make sure you've got enough room behind you to attach those different things. The utility trailer has repair points and fuel also, I think. Yeah, repair and fuel. The cart with crane will allow you to kind of pick logs up with the crane and put them on the trailer, which is kind of neat. Um, so there's a lot of options for these different trucks. This is showing the frontal exhaust. I'm still not really sure exactly what the frontal exhaust does, other than it has the exhaust coming out the front of the truck. Probably has something to do with the water crossing ability and stuff like that. So, um, and then one thing I don't think I noticed while I was playing with this was the different wheels at the bottom. The default wheels are what's installed on that truck currently, and the big wheels are more like the truck on the left there has the big wheels. And those different wheels, it's not just a looks thing. They do improve the handling of the truck in the mud and stuff like that. So I think we've installed the what have we installed there? The garage carriage, and we're gonna just kind of it just kind of looks neat. We're gonna head off into the map, I think, at this point, and see what we have to look at. The shifter down in the right hand of the screen there, if you hit the R key on the keyboard, you can access the different gears and shift them manually. Um, when you have it in the automatic position like I do right now, the W key will drive you forward. The S key will put the truck in reverse. Um, the differential lock will lock the wheels together so that they all spin at the same speed. Of course, um, when you do that, I think in the hardcore mode, when you do take damage, you take extra damage because the differential lock is on, and the all wheels on and off, that just makes all the axles turn. So with the diff lock on and the all wheels on, with this truck, all 6 tires are going to turn the same speed as you're going. In the advanced mode, you have a winch option, and when you pick on the front of your truck, there's like a winch attach point, and then you'll see the little dots pop up on the other trucks there. You can attach your winch to them, if you want to winch yourself out of a hole, if you're close enough to a tree, you can winch to that tree. And I think right here, we're trying to kind of decide what to do. Head up, probably up that way, and uncloak part of the map here. So hopefully pretty soon we'll get started. And here we go. So we've got the parking brake off, the diff lock on, and the all wheels on is the best choice for the mud and the different terrain. These river crossings can be kind of tricky sometimes, especially the flowing river. If you got a small vehicle, that river can actually carry you downstream as you're trying to cross. So you need to be real careful. um, and then make sure you have a good place to cross. Where the looks like the road goes in and out right here, it's probably a pretty safe place to cross. So we'll get out in the water and see what happens. So a little meter jumps up there that tells you how dangerous the water level is, if it's getting too high or not for your truck. If you stay under too long, you will start taking damage. So this truck does pretty good in the mud. Here I've turned the diff lock off. All wheels are on, but you can see that all the tires aren't spinning the same speed. So you turn the differential lock on, and I think now I've got the all wheels off, so the front tires really aren't pulling, it's just the back. And it's not doing too bad a job with that. Um, I think in hardcore mode, the all wheels will actually burn a little bit more fuel than having them turned off. So what we're going to do here is we're going to kind of head off to the left, try to find that fuel station, and also uncloak that little section of the map up there. Okay. Here we go. Like I said, I played a lot with the camera angles early on. Um, it really gets pretty tough to see. There isn't an in-cab camera angle, which might be kind of neat. There's the above cab camera angle, which isn't too bad. You kind of see part of the hood, but you can't see any of the tires. Um, the way that this game, the vehicle reacts to the environment, just the little bumps and the rocks and everything, you really need to see exactly where your tires are at. The physics in this game is really detailed and fine tuned um, for the mud, the water, and you can see there's just a log across the road, and you can have a little bit of a struggle getting to that. And here we've come up to a little pond. So um, I think that cloak is right here in this pond somewhere, or very close to the pond. And you can kind of see how the water, how the tire tracks go right out into the water. Um, so the water is just absolutely beautiful in this game. They do a really good job. You can see the kind of the waves going away from the truck there, um, and how the water just white caps when you start rushing out through it there, and gets all churned up. The water is just it's really amazing texture. And here we're trying to find that cloak and not take too much damage on our truck because of the water crossing. I think it might get really deep here in a certain area. Yeah, see, I'm starting to take damage there. Well, there's 1 damage and 11 damage. There's 5 more damage. So every time you spin there in that situation, your vehicle is starting to take damage. So um, the idea with the deep water is to either get through it real quick, or don't go in it at all. And here I'm just kind of playing with the wheel, trying to grab onto that uh, land up there. There's that cloak off in the distance. It looks kind of like a black tornado. Um, so we finally climbed up out of the water. There's that cloak. Water looks really pretty deep um, between here and there. The I think I decided to try and gill around the outside and come around from behind to get to that cloak. So we'll see here in a second. Which way are you gonna go, RadWill? It's just a really neat camera angles and the graphics are just amazing. Different textures and how the truck reacts with the environment. Really a big fan of driving games. Really have a lot of fun with them. Um, 99% of the driving games out there are racing games. So you're going to just pretty well go as fast as you can. Um, Try to stay off the walls or out of the buildings and just try to keep your car in one piece and just go as fast as you can. Um, the physics of this game and the beauty of this game is not as fast as you can. It's you can kind of challenge yourself to to play this game and to get from point A to point B without taking any damage. Um, you can try to navigate the entire map and with the all-wheel drive off. Um, so there's just different ways to play this game. Um, I do believe it is a multiplayer game, which is really pretty cool. Haven't really delved too much into that area yet, but I think here I'm trying to find that fuel station and unlock that fuel station and fill my truck up here. I think we're coming up either on the fuel station or we're coming up on the back side of that pond right now. I don't remember which, but um, see right here I've got one side of my truck digging in the mud and the other side is kind of up on a sandy bank, so we're only leaving one tire track. That's game physics is the mud is just really neat in this game. So we've kind of found a little road here. I think this might be the fuel stop right here. This looks like an abandoned building that is falling down. Um, the mud is one thing in this game. It really kind of mucks you down and makes it hard to move. Um, the rocks are totally different. What looks like a little rock on the surface, when you hit it with the truck, it actually pulls it up. Oh yeah, here we're really close to the other truck. There's another truck here somewhere. I'm trying to figure out exactly where it is. I know on the map it looks like I'm right on top of it, and there I just smacked into a tree. Took some damage, so that truck has got to be here somewhere. So we're gonna check the map again here in a second, I think, and realize we're on the wrong side of that little house. And there we go. Now we've found it. So when you get close enough, it'll unlock that vehicle. And what we've got here is a little Jeep. Um, so when you go, there's a couple different ways to switch the truck. So you can go to the map and do it, like I'm doing right here, and double click. That'll put you in the other truck. Or you can go into the advanced mode and switch the truck there. Now this Jeep has 300 out of 300 damage, so it's not going to move. It's completely damaged, and it is completely out of fuel. So this thing isn't going anywhere. Um, in the casual mode, you're able to just by setting in this truck there. I kind of switched track the other truck through the advanced mode, but you're able to rescue the vehicles back to the garage. So I think that might be what I've done with this one. So let's see what we do here. I'm talking about the trucks. Can't remember exactly what I was doing. Um, Now we're back in our big truck. The truck sounds in these games are really very cool too, and I think that the developers spent a lot of time getting the actual noises from those trucks and adding them into the game. So really spent a lot of time on this game. Um, and now I think I head for that fuel station, I believe. And I've decided to just go right out through the middle of the woods instead of taking the road. And we're getting hemmed in up here. Oh, yep. Yeah, let's just try and knock them down. So, RadWill's not the brightest tool in the shed. Oh, I'm backing into another tree. And oh, slamming in forward to another one. Not sure why I chose just to drive. Oh boy, right into that tree. Not sure why I chose drove up here instead of taking the road, but so here we're just plowing down these little saplings. I think I'm trying to find my way back to the road, but yeah, that doesn't look promising that way either. So if you can't get it in forward, just go in reverse. Oh yeah. So we're really we're really brutalizing this truck right now. Okay, well we finally oh, I would rub that Jeep out of the way. Finally got to a point here where we're back. Don't drive down there, go for the bridge. We're back on the road. And yeah, we made it. Good job. Oh boy, a little bounce there. Alright, now I think we're going to look for that fuel station and sneak up from the backside on that cloak, backside of that pond. So, like I was saying about the rocks, what looks like a little rock out in the middle of the road, when you run over it with the truck pulls it out and turns it into a lot bigger rock. Maybe I was wrong on that cloak. We're driving. Oh, no, we're driving south now. Yeah, we're going the right way. Until you get to learn the map a little bit. What's going on? Here we go again, right out into the middle of the woods. And for no reason, there was that road right there. Okay. Oh, get across those rocks. Now we're headed down in toward that cloak, and I think we are going to stumble across that fuel station. How much fuel you have is that top bar um, next to the gear equals 1, and then below that is your damage meter. Um, Here's the fuel stop right after we take another 35 points of damage. So we're going to run up in here. This truck holds 270 liters of fuel. So all you have to do is stop and you'll pick up a full load of fuel here. And it says we don't have any add-ons to fill up. So like if you were carrying a cistern trailer or something like that, you could fill that up here and it would be full also then. And now we're going to try to get into the backside of that cloak and open that thing up. And so there's where we entered the first time, over on the other side of the lake. So here we're gonna just jump right down in the lake, try to hug the shore as close as we can, and pop right over there. Once you get inside that circle that's on the ground, it'll unlock that cloak. And there we go. So now we've got it unlocked. Now we can see exactly, that lake is a pretty good sized lake. Couldn't see that really until we got the map uncloaked. As you drive along, you do kind of uncloak a little bitty trail right around your truck, but to reveal the whole map, you've got to get into these big cloaking areas there and uncloak them. And here I think I've decided that instead of just driving back around, we're going to head right out into the middle of the pond. And now the truck is completely underwater, submerged. We're taking a horrendous amount of damage. That truck just keeps on going though. And we unlocked an achievement, the diver achievement. So that was great. Um, we had that truck completely submerged underwater there. That was awesome. We took a lot of damage. Our truck is more than half damaged now. As you can see, the tarp on the back of the truck is all muddy, completely soaking wet. So they really do a good job with the textures. When things are wet, they're wet, and when they're muddy, they're muddy. You can't drive through something like that and expect it to be pretty coming out the other side. You'll also notice that now that tarp seems to be drying. So really pretty cool, and they've got the textures all figured out here. So I take my hat off to the game developers. They've done a really good job with the textures on this game. The game physics are great. The maps are beautiful, and the way that the truck interacts with the environment is just really, really neat. And I think what I was doing here, I was just trying to get back to the garage here. We need to repair this truck, and then I believe we bring over that Jeep and head off in the Jeep. So, oh, there's some more damage. Just driving down the road, we're taking damage. So, these roads are there's just these little trails all over the map. Um, it's a really neat thing just to go exploring. Driving down these trails. Where I live at, when we didn't have anything to do, we'd we'd lock the truck in 4-wheel drive and head out into the forest. And there's a national forest kind of right up the road from us with a lot of trails in it. Spend many a nights and many a gallons of gas just driving through the forest up there. It's kind of what we did as kids, just jacked up trucks and run out through the forest. So a lot of fun. So this game brings back a lot of good memories. Here we're running back through the water, coming out the other side. And I think uh, as you play the game and you make more ruts and new areas with your tires, um, those don't disappear. So right here, I think we kind of sink down in the mud in the garage area, and that's there forever. That's not something that's going to go away as you drive away. A lot of racing games, you leave black marks in the road, and on your next lap, they're gone. Um, so right here, we're just checking out more attachments, looking at the map. I'd like to try and go uncloak some more of the map if we can. Uh, so join us next time, and we'll see if we can't rescue a vehicle and uncloak some more map.